And so, um, I'm gonna get up here today. I'm gonna talk about this immigration thing happening in Japan. People are spreading a lot of false narratives around about what's going to be happening with immigration in Japan. I've been listening to people's talk about this, watching people talk about it, um, and I'm gonna give you my take on this because I'm obviously I'm a foreigner, immigrant living in Japan, and I'm gonna let you know the real scoop here, the real scoop. Yes, there are some things that the new government is looking at. Our new Prime Minister Takaichi and the government are looking at raising fees for visa renewals, permanent residency application renewals, things of that nature, or application fees, whatever the case may be. There's also rumors going around that they're going to be requiring you to now need to take the Japanese proficiency test, the JLPT, in order for you to be to receive your permanent residency. That's just rumor. That's just something that's going around. And keep in mind, none of these things that I'm talking about have not been signed into law yet. They're just things that are on the books here in Japan. Now, one thing I want to say about this, and I'm going to always talk about this part of the deal, is that everybody that is worried about, because so many foreigners right now in Japan are worried. They're like, oh my God, what are they going to do? Are they going to kick me out? What's going to happen if my visa's up? Am I going to be able to afford to pay for the new fees? I'm working in the convenience store. I'm not making that much money. I'm an immigrant from Vietnam or from Philippines or something. And as soon as they raise those fees, I can't afford it. So can I stay here? Or you got Westerners out there that can afford to pay these new fees, but they're debating whether they should pay them or not. So there's all kind of thoughts going through people's heads right now on this immigration thing. Now, obviously, there's a lot of different kind of ways to stay here. As everybody know, that what they did update was they updated the business management visa. I keep reminding myself I don't have to talk as loud because I got my mic on me. They updated the business management visa. That business management visa went from you needing to pay $35,000. I'm gonna grab my phone here so I can kind of remember what I'm talking about here. Give me a second. I thought I pulled it up here. No, I'm still charging it. So the $35,000, and they minimal this, minimal that. To now, you have to pay $200,000. You have to hire a Japanese and pay them at least 3,500,000 yen a year, which is roughly around $23,000 a year. You have to have 3 years experience in business. You have to have a business management degree, a master's in business management. You need to speak Japanese up to level two. The highest is level one, level two. There's a lot of things you need to do right now to get yourself that business management visa. The reason why the government started taking a look at this business management visa because so many people from China were abusing the system and they were bragging about it on Weibo in China, saying how they were able to get 45, 50 members of their family over to Japan, get all the children free health care, free school and whatnot, drinking clean water and being able to own property just by making a fake business. And the Japanese caught wind of that. NHK actually caught wind of that, got in touch with the government, and then now the government's like, no, 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 we're not going to let you sit up here and abuse the system. So that's the change. A lot of things are being worked on or talked about as far as foreign residents and tourism are concerned in Japan because, quite frankly, they need to upgrade this thing. For example, there are did you know there are Chinese students from China that are that are going to college in Japan. If they work their part-time job, it's tax-free. They signed a deal with China over 40 years ago that said, okay, your students can come here and we'll do it for tax-free. They don't have to pay tax on their income. Well, that's getting ready to go away. As the situation between China and Japan right now is pretty toxic. So the Japanese looked into that, and now they're going to go ahead and try to end that as well. See? So a lot of these things that are happening, a lot of changes that are coming up in Japan with the immigration and the visas and whatnot, it's raising the fees and doing some tweaks and perks and whatever. It's all overdue shit. Japan, the fees are lower than most developed nations. The fees for this, the fees for that are low and have been the lowest in years. They haven't had updates in like 40 years. So now, coupled with all the over tourism, with the nuisance channels going up there, with Johnny Somali bullshit and all this, they're looking at a lot of different things as far as foreigners, right? You got people, so many foreigners are abusing the system in Japan. I mean, it's not so many, but still, this country, almost 3% of residents in Japan are foreign residents. Most foreign residents are law-abiding citizens, but you got the few who are tweaking the system, who are making up shit, who are abusing the system, who are taking advantage of Japan's society, of the benefits that Japan offers. It's just a mess, guys. It's just an absolute mess here when it comes to that. So that's why Japan is looking at upgrading that. Now, what I want to say is this: there's a lot of foreigners here that are running scared, that are living on these visas here, and they're running scared shitless right now. Now, what I want to say is this: as long as you are continue to be a law-abiding citizen, you have nothing to fear. There's all kind of these clickbait channels out there that throwing out these rumors to scare people to get their clicks up. It's just a lot of scare to it. Japanese government, they're not going to turn around and kick you out of the country tomorrow. That's not going to happen. All they're trying to say is that we've noticed there's a lot of people that have been abusing the system and we need to clean the system up. It's long overdue. And it is. It really is. I'm happy for it, even though I'm a foreigner here in Japan. I'm happy that they clean the system up. Now, many of you may already know from watching my previous videos that this year, May, I put in for my application for my AJU, what they call it, AJUCHIM, my permanent residency. So I'm waiting to hear back from them on that. My lawyer told me it normally takes a year to get my permanent residency. My only thing, and it's not even really a concern of mine because no matter what, I'm going to pay the fee. But right now, last I checked, it costs 10,000 yen to get a permanent residency card. But the Japanese government are talking about raising this fee up to 100,000 yen. And keep in mind, Japanese government, man, they ain't just raising fees for snips and bits. When they got to raise the fee, they're jacking it up because the fee's been so low for so long. So now, me, I'm thinking, let's see. Oh, thanks, J Money. Thanks, brother. Appreciate you, brother. Thank you. So for me, I'll tell you right now, I don't give a goddamn if they jack it up to 1 million yen for fees. I'd pay it. And the reason why I'm saying this is because it is so worth living in Japan, guys. It is so worth living in this country. It is so worth living here. It really is. I can't, I just can't say it enough, brothers. I don't give a shit how much they charge me. I'm paying it because it's better than me waking up in the United States, maybe having somebody point a gun in my head, and there's a black man when I walk out my house, I got a 30, 40, 50% chance to get my ass shot and killed by a cop or by somebody on the street over some bullshit. Over some bullshit. You know? So, what's up, Al Morty? What's up? What's up in my pants? What's up, brother? What's up, Axel? And what's up? Thanks for coming on the channel, brothers. So, yeah, I'm just saying, I will pay anything for these fees in Japan to stay here. Yes, I will. I got no problem with that. But a lot of people will have problems if those fees go up. They're not making that much money. They're here on a working visa. If they can't afford it, they're going to have to leave. That's as simple as that. They're going to have to leave. But to me, why leave Japan? Just come up with the money and pay it because it's so worth living here. It is so worth the money to live in Japan. Trust me, it is well worth the money. Like I said, they could say, hey, we're going to have to charge you 1 million, 2 million yen. I'm like, fuck it, I'll pay it because it's worth it. It's worth it. 1 million is about what, 7,000, $14,000 for a visa, for a permanent residency card. Fuck you, I'll pay it. But they're not that extreme. Right now it's only 10,000 yen. They're just talking about raising up to 100,000 yen. So there you go. So, but I'm just here to tell you that it's worth it. Now, what I notice from watching these videos is that the people that seem to be the most worried are the ones that aren't married to Japanese. Yes. I was watching his brother's channel the other day, and he was talking about how he's on a permanent residency, but I can. He was worried. He said, man, a lot of these new laws and stuff that he's trying to come up got me worried. Like I said, they don't have me worried, guys. They don't have me worried at all because I'm a law-abiding citizen. And I remember saying on his, leaving the comment on his channel, on his page, I said, look, guys, all you gotta do is stay a law-abiding citizen, just like you would normally do in your own country, right? You would normally be a law-abiding citizen and say wherever you come from. So why not continue to be a law-abiding citizen in Japan? All they want you to do is just be a law-abiding citizen and respect the law and ways of life in Japan. You're good. You got nothing to worry about. But so many people are all worried about, what am I lose? Oh my goodness, where am I gonna lose this? Where am I gonna lose that? Because you know why these people are worried? Because for the first time in their life, living in Japan, they have to think about a plan B. They think they have to think about a plan B. That's what it is. They're panicking. They are so worried because they don't know what the Japanese government is going to do for them. That's why they're tripping out. That brother I was telling you about, he's from Canada. And his wife he's Jamaican, from Canada by way of Jamaica. And his wife is the same. They got over here. I think they have two children living in Japan. They live in Japan for a minute. And he said he's scared shitless because he doesn't know what they're going to do. See? Or he's worried. So I'm here to tell you guys, you don't have to worry. But you know who actually has it better, or than say the regular foreigner, are those that are married to Japanese. Yes, those that are married to Japanese brothers. Those of us that are married to Japanese actually have it better because right now I'm on a spouse visa, and I looked at the numbers. A lot of people are on a spouse visa. But if they don't get the PR, so what? If they get the PR and they want to go, because now they're talking about they're going to revoke your PR. They've always talked about revoking PRs. They said they will revoke your permanent residency if you don't pay your taxes, if you don't abide by the law. That's what I'm saying. Abide by the law. But here's the thing. They're also going to revoke your permanent residency if you didn't pay your medical bills. Yes. You actually have guys out there that are bragging about not paying the medical bills and they leave Japan. Because with the permanent residency, you can live outside Japan too, as long as you come back within a certain amount of years. Well, these guys are bragging about, oh man, I got medical coverage in Japan. I didn't pay nothing. But guess what? When you come back, you will be denied. They will take your permanent residency. They will revoke your permanent residency because you did not pay your medical bills. So if any of you out there still got your permanent residency and you haven't paid your medical bills and you want to come back to Japan one day, I highly advise you pay your medical bills and then come back in the country, and that way you can be here. I highly advise it. Trust me, I highly do. See, so many guys are running around doing like that. There's so many people just in a situation where they don't want to think about plan B, or they don't have a plan B. And I'm here to tell you, you don't need a plan B. You're not going anywhere. As long as you're abiding by the laws, you're not going anywhere. Or some people like, well, I'm on a spouse visa, man. I'm work visa. Oh my goodness, what am I going to do when my work visa expires? Before your work visa expires, get another job. Get another job here in Japan. Why are you worried? There's plenty of jobs here. Just get another job in Japan. You'll be all right. Trust me, guys. If you really want to stay in Japan, you gotta always find a way to stay in Japan. You can't sit up there and mope and hope and pray. No, hoping and praying don't get you shit. You have to get out there and you have to be willing to put the work in to stay in Japan. Yes, you do. Because trust me, you do not. After living in Japan, you do not want to be going back. What's up, Akeem97? Thanks for coming on the channel, brother. After living in Japan, you do not want to go back to the States. Just picture this, brothers. You living in Japan, you living comfortable, you're safe, you get good health care every year, you go out, amenities, shit don't cost you that much, you can take your lady out for dinner anytime you want, you can go to a movie theater whenever you want, you can go to a movie theater, go to a bar, get a nightcap, and whatever you want to do. And Andy Pan said the goal is to work under that. Okay, let me bring something under. Why this? Why my chats can't? Oh, yeah. He said the goal is to work under that USD while I'm here. Work on a base at the exchange and your pump. Yes. Okay. Now I'm glad you brought that up in my past because here's what I want to tell you, brothers. And I just learned this the other day watching the channel on Okinawa, and I forgot all about this. And you brothers gonna be happy when I tell you this news because you know me. I love seeing a happy black man. There's nothing better, man. When you see another, I see a smile on another brother's face. I'm a happy motherfucker. Let me tell you what's up with that. Let me give you some intel. And in my pants gonna be able to test of this shit. Did you know? Somebody was asking me the other day. I think the brother out of Cali was asking me this the other day. So Axel says, so let's say some foreigners brought by companies do leave. Would that benefit Japan? Thoughts on those annoying social media people in Japan? Yeah, I'm gonna get to that. I'm gonna get to that. Um, so okay, some foreigners brought by companies do leave. Okay, you gotta re-question that for me, brother. I'm just a little bit off on that question. You gotta re-question that for me. So here's what I'm about to tell you guys, and you guys are the first to hear this from me because I heard it from somebody else that's actually lives in Okinawa. And I remember I was stationed in Okinawa. I just can't believe I forgot this shit. Did you know that there is another way for you to get to live in Japan? And it's actually an easier way for you Americanos. Yes, for me fellow Americanos. What up, Big Six? Hey, what up, man? Oh, he's actually booty, brother. Been a minute. So you can work on BASA. Yes, on base. So we have in Okinawa, where about 75% of our military forces are in Japan. You got Kadena Air Base, Camp Foster, Camp Hansen, Camp Swab, Camp Butler. You know, all these little outposts. Well, let's look at the biggest one, the one with 3 gyms and 2 shopping centers on it, Kadena Air Base, which is the largest American air base, one of the largest American air bases outside of the United States. It is the largest in the Pacific. Before that, it used to be Clark. Yep, White. That's oh, my bad, brother. I forgot about White Beach. I can't. My bad. My apologies. I forgot about White Beach, brother. White Beach. Yes, yes. So Kadena Air Base. I'm focusing on that, and Camp Foster's a big enough yard too. Camp Courtney's over there too. We have a lot of military in Okinawa, and there's a lot of jobs on these bases. A lot of jobs. And Kadena is on point. Kadena, and okay, so keep in mind, guys, keep in mind. And now that I'm glad I got my brothers up here giving me all love and support because they're helping me with the content here. Um, yes. That those are not those clutch. You hit that on the motherfucking head. Get in Japan on the status forces agreement, SOFA visa. You get the best of both worlds and can build from there. Dang, bam! Touchdown. Santos Clutch hit that on touchdown, baby. That's what I'm getting at. These jobs, and guys, I'm telling you, they're not jobs that's going to take you a hard time to get. Um, okay, give me a minute on that, Axel. I'm going to go back to you, brother Axel. Give me a minute, man. I'm going to finish up on this. So they're not hard jobs to get. For example, did you know on the military bases, yup, Big Six saying you can go to usajobs.gov, but you can also apply directly to Taco Bell, Burger King, Burger King, because Kadena Air Base has some fast food restaurants on the yard, okay? You have DECA at the commissary. Yep, you can work at the commissary, work at the BX, you know what I'm saying, on those bases. And you can get SOFA status. Yes, status of forces motherfucking agreement. When I was stationed in Kadena as a military person, I was on status of forces agreement. Loved it. You know, it's like you get the best of both worlds. You know, you can go on the yard, you can hang off the yard, you get all the benefits, you go on base, all the stuff is cheaper than it would be off base, especially at that time. You know, so like you want to buy electronics on base, cheaper, and you ain't paying no taxes. And then here's another thing that's good about the SOFA status, baby. You can get regular mail from the US. So when you in Asia, your address ends with an APO San Francisco, and when you in Europe, it's APO New York, right? American Post Office. So what that means is that, yes, Atsugi, Zamir, Yokosuka, Yokota, Iwakuni, thank you. Yes, and don't forget about Sasebo, right? So don't forget about Sasebo, baby, down in Nagasaki. So what I'm saying, man, is this: is we have so many bases over here, man. Misawa Air Base, yeah, APO, FPO. What that APO, FPO means is it's like you mailing shit from Kansas City to fucking San Francisco or Kansas City to New York. But only they putting it on the military plane and getting it over to the base overseas. So that means you go order shit from Amazon when you're in Japan. You get all the benefits, all the shit you order from the States, you ain't paying extra. You just paying like you living in the States. Yes. Damn right. Thanks a lot. In my pants, Masao is motherfucking prime. So let me tell you something right now. If I'm a 25-year-old young buck right now, I'm putting in for employment up at Misawa Air Base in Japan. Yes. Now here's what you do. Because Misawa got the same shit as Kadena. It's not as big as Kadena, but trust me, they got a lot of shit. So you got the fast food restaurants on there. You got the BX. You got the Komasar. Because here's what's happening. They would hire Japanese, but a lot of Japanese don't speak English. And they running out of Japanese. So guess what they need? They need bodies. So you go directly to the Taco Bell site or Burger King's website and you apply for a position overseas. Now, here's what I want to say about that. I know I've been bullshitting, but here's what I want to say on a serious note. Yes, you will get on SOFA status even if you work for Burger King or Taco Bell, but they will not pay for your move. No. Now, if you go to usajobs.gov and you get hired, say, in the on base in a government specific position, right? Which ain't Taco Bell, ain't Burger King or some bullshit. They will pay for your move of your household goods. Yes, they will pay for your shit. Now, there are some, if I can put the disclaimer out there, and I wish I had my phone. I left my phone downstairs because I was charging up. I was going to charge up here in my office. But from what I remember, I know some guys that were working for the government over here. Like one of my partners, it's old school. I don't know if you guys are using it. Yeah, you get that COLA also. Yeah, you get that cost living allowance too. One of my partners, him and his wife is from Okinawa. He was stationed together. We were stationed in Okinawa together. Then he got out way early. He's only in 4 years. I was in 12 years. And when he came back to marry his wife, I was actually leaving to go back. I was separating from the Air Force, but I had an English teaching job that I was, needed the replacement. So I asked him to do it, but they had to get somebody else because he said he couldn't do it. I was like, oh shit, man, I was hoping he's gonna get this job. So he didn't do it, but he ended up starting on base, working and cleaning up, like rooms and whatnot, doing like not cleaning rooms, but doing like maintenance, hotel maintenance. Because guess what else they have on base that they need a lot of people in? Billeting. And what does billeting need? Plumbers, electricians, carpentries, maintenance guys, just going around making sure shit's working. Look, guys, I'm telling you right now, if I'm a 25-year-old buck living in the Matrix where I can't get a decent job, I'm sweeping floors to get to Japan. I don't give a fuck. I'm coming to Japan sweeping me some floors because I'm in Japan. And what happened is what up, AD-san? What up, brother? What happened is when you get to Japan and you working for that job, you can move around. Like I said, my partner, what he did, thanks, brothers. These brothers are backing me up, man. Big 6 and Max telling me backing the brother up, and also in my pants. Those guys backing the brother up. Thanks, man. Appreciate y'all. But you know what I'm saying? When you get to Japan, what you do is there's Mercs 8940. What up, Merc? What's up, baby? How you been? You get to Japan and you can move around. Now, my partner I was telling you about, he was a young buck, about 22, 23-year-old buck. Was like I said, he was doing maintenance on building, going to Kadena Air Base, and then he started to move into other positions. And then he started going to college. Yeah, see, you was a floor tech for 10 years. See, just get with the government, baby. Oh, what up, Tush Kush 5-0? What up, baby? And I'm telling you, what you do is you get there, you keep your head down, keep your mouth shut, your hands out to get that check. You show up to work on time, not on time, between time, on time, all the motherfucking time. You have a straight attitude on it. If they ask you to work, oh, hey man, we're gonna be working. And you didn't plan on working this weekend. They say, look, man, we need you to work this weekend. Fuck it, work that weekend. Whatever you do, whenever you work for the government, do not come to work with a fucking attitude. Always have a straight face and do your job. Always be business. Don't be crying and moaning and bitching and moaning. Those guys don't get jack. If you're the guy that's going to show up, ready to work, ready to go, guess what? You're going to get what you're going to get. I'm going to close this blind because I don't like this reflection. Sorry. So you're going to get what you're going to get. Okay? So, like I said, you can move around. You can move around. And while you single, you moving around with jobs, guess what you're going to be doing? You're going to be going off the yard. And guess who you're going to be meeting? Japanese honeys. They're full of them. Full of them. They're full of Japanese honeys. Oh! You live here? Oh yes, baby. I'm working. I'm working on base. Yeah, I'm on base. I'm gonna meet this guy on base. That's right. Get that bag, baby. That's right. That's what I'm telling you. Get that bag, baby. I'm telling you. And the fast food restaurants are easy to get a job at. Now, so here's what I'm saying. Yeah, exactly. Thanks, Axel. Take notes, guys. Take notes. Here's what I'm telling you. If, like I said, you're a young 25-year-old buck, you out there, rice cakes, yep. You out there and you working in the US and you know, as y'all all know, it don't make a difference how much money you're making in the States, you're still poor. So what you do is you lower all your expenses. You save up your money. And then you apply for Taco Bell or Burger King, and you go on USA jobs and you see what kind of job you can get for the government. But the fast food restaurants will get you over here quicker, right? When you get hired, they're not gonna pay you way over. You pay your own way. And here's something else you can do, guys. Now y'all gonna kick me in the ass on this. Here's what you do, baby. And this is coming straight from BSP because I care about my brothers. And I'd like to see another happy brother in this motherfucker, trust me. And you know me, there ain't nothing better than seeing a happy black man walking down the street. To me. Here's what you do. You come over this bitch on a 90-day visa. Yeah, as an American, and thank you, brother. Big Zig Zan said, yep, MWR as well. Morale, welfare, and recreation. The gym. You working at the gym, you working at the pool, you cleaning up the swimming pool, or you cleaning up the gym, or you fixing the boiler at the gym. Who gives a fuck? You in Japan, and you loving it. But what you do is you come over here on vacation. You stay for about 2 or 3 weeks, as much as you can afford, and you apply for those motherfuckers. Because in some cases, even though on the books, they're not supposed to let you do that, and as far as let you stay straight, like go from vacation into sofa status, but they do. It happens all the time. So, like you said, you can get to said military base. You don't have to have an ID to get on base. All you have to do is have a reason to get on base. So what you do is you make an appointment. You see if you can get an interview with Taco Bell, or Burger King, or Billeting, or whoever's going to be hiring you on base. Of course, you got a network. Thank you, Big Sid. And so, but what you do is you say, okay, hi, my name is Joe Johnson. When you get to the base, when you get to Gate 2 Street at Cadena, or get to any military gate, and Massawa is easy because Massawa, the gate is like right there, man. As soon as you walk outside, just like Cadena, you walk outside, Gate 2 right there. Massawa, you walk outside, bam, you right there, smack dab in the middle of Massawa. Right there in Massawa City. You could walk to the mall, just walk around the AL Mall, go up the street down the little couple small streets, the mall back there, Massawa Station behind the yard. You can do that. I still remember that. I ain't been there since 91, and I still remember what Massawa's like. So what you do is you show up at the gate and you say, yeah, my name is Joe Johnson. I got an appointment with Burger King. And they're going to call a Burger King. They're going to say, oh, yes, you got a Joe Johnson at the gate. Yes, yes, let him in, please. Okay, thank you. Just Mr. Joe. Here you go. Burger King will more than likely send a motherfucker to the gate to escort you to Burger King and back to the gate because your ass ain't supposed to be on base yet, right? If everything goes well, which it should, they will extend you an offer. And guess what? Minimum wage in Okinawa, if it didn't go up in the last 2 years, I heard it, is $15 an hour. $15 is probably the same in Misawa. Probably, look, guys, I'm telling you, they got some big ass yards over here. Misawa, Yokota Air Base, Yokosuka Navy Base, Kadena Air Base, Camp Foster, Iwakuni, Sasebo, Atsugi, NGIS, the Navy Lodge. Yeah, thank you. Look, on all these military installations, see, look at all the jobs they got. They got, let me just show you about Kadena. Airmen's Club, NCO's Club, Officers Club. These motherfuckers still need jobs. And the In My Pants saying 100% still accurate. Misawa got live in the past decade. Lots of shit just got built. Clubs and Hachinohe is near. Not to mention Sendai is right there. Exactly, brothers. Hachinohe ain't but a 30-minute motherfucking ride from Misawa Station. I know because I used to go there all the time from Misawa. Okay? So that's what I'm saying. These Zama, yup, can't forget about Zama. They got all these jobs that they need to fill. So if you don't want to go to Okinawa, me personally, I prefer mainland. But let me tell you a little secret. Let me give you a secret, because you know I know my shit. If you desperate and you really want to get in the door, go to Okinawa first. You in country. Go to Okinawa. If you apply for a place up at Aomori, Misawa Air Base, or everybody and the brother want to go to Tokyo. Everybody want to go to Yokota. They want to go to Yokosuka, but everybody want to go to Yokota, right? Not everybody gonna get Yokota, but Yokota still got a shitload of jobs. Trust me, they got a lot of jobs in Yokota. Guess what else they got on these military installations that I forgot, brothers? They got banks, Navy Federal Credit Union, Pentagon Federal Credit Union, right? They got 2 or 3 federal credit unions on these bases that you can work at. Fuck it, you can be a bank teller. You see what I'm saying? Yes. That's right, you gotta crawl. That's right, thanks, J Money. You gotta crawl before you walk. That's what I'm saying. So get here, like I said, you can get here. And unfortunately, the rest of y'all that's not American, that's not an option for you. Got to be US. You gotta have that US braid stamped on your ass. Of course, Yokohama got Yokosuka, baby. And brothers, did I not tell you about Yokosuka? Oh no. You go there, man. You gonna be fighting the women off you, Yokosuka, man. Them Kanagawa girls, they aggressive, man. They some nasty bitches. They aggressive. Yes. Uh. Thanks, brother. Thanks a lot, brother. Oh man, this is Kang, the digital nomad glow checker, brother. Thanks a lot, brother. The poor man's guide to getting it. That's right. That's right. We talking about this, getting that poor man guide over there, brother. I gotta bring these chats up, man. Yes, man. That's what I'm saying. Because that's the best way to get over here. That's the best way to get over here. You gotta understand. I can't believe I didn't remember this the other night when the brother asked me about this, man. When he was asking about how to get over here. But now I'm telling you, man, I don't give a shit. I'm gonna give my brothers the intel. Sorry, but the intel's here. So you spent 12. Oh, Big Sid was at Yokosuka. Brothers, I gotta. It may not be the same, but Big Sid will let me know if it is or not. I got a story, and the story I'm about to tell might have been Big Sid, for all I know. So I'm up in Misawa. It's 91. And I'm up there, man. I'm chasing. There's a lot of women up in Misawa, dog. Thanks, Mercs. And so Big Sid know what's up. So, because he said he spent 12 years and 7 months in your Cusco like a motherfucker, so he know. So I don't know what this came from. I was just sitting there bullshitting. I think I was with this chick. One of the chicks I was up in Masawa, and we was watching TV, and yeah, see, Zanato's clutch. That's right. See, and so he was interviewing this brother outside this Love Motel at Yokosuka, because Yokosuka is a pretty good sized city. And he was like, "So this is Japanese TV. So I'm about to ask you." And this girl was behind, said, hurry up, get up here." And Japanese TV said, "Well, hey, you know, what how long you been in Japan?" And the brother said, "Oh, I just got off the boat. I've been here 2 weeks now." And he said, "So can we ask you something personal? How many women have you slept with since you've been here?" And the brother was looking at this lady. The lady was yelling at him. Oh, that might have been you, Big Sid. That he might have been talking about you, but no, you were stationed there. This brother got off the boat, and he said, "This is getting ready to be my 32nd woman in 2 weeks that I'm sleeping with. 32 women in less than 2 weeks. Yes, yes. Can you believe that? Yes. So that's Yokosuka. Okay. Um, that's right. Wakayama to Fukuoka to Hokkaido and back, baby. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. See, so here you are. You get the gig. No, that wasn't you, Big Sid, because you already had your role. You had your hands, so you was already that wasn't you. But trust me, this brother just got his ass off the boat. Young blood. He was like, "Damn, you're sleeping number 32." These women were begging for him to get over there. And trust me, I don't know if Yakuza's still this way, but I know when I was at Masawa, women were lined up around the corner to get on base. Yeah. I signed 3 women at a time on the yard. So with the way it works, man, I got my views about women around the base too, but they were the good old days. But up the rolling style, that's right. But the basic way it works, man, is that you you get up there and you see all these honeys, man, waiting around. And Korea was the same way. When I was stationed in Korea, I used to be stationed in Kunsan in Korea, and I go to this base called Yongsan Army Garrison. And by the way, what I'm telling you about Japan, you can do the same shit for Korea too, because they got bases over there. You know. Yeah, that's the only thing. There's no base. There's no U.S. base in the Kansai region. The closer you can get to Kansai is Iwakuni up there in Hiroshima area. But anyway, they had these girls be lined up around the yard off the base waiting to get on. All they waiting for, they don't know who the hell they gonna do. They just waiting for some brothers to show up to sign their asses on the yard. And guess what would normally happen? You sign 3 or 4 of them on the base. Within a few weeks, you sleeping with every last one of them. So you was on the USS Mobile Bay and you got there in 90. I was smack dab in the middle of Kadena in 90. Yep. In fact, I just got back from the Philippines because I was going to I was going all over. We used to TDY everywhere, man. Philippines, South Korea, Guam, Australia, Thailand, everywhere, man. Anywhere. Um, Latinos. Of course you got Latinos over here. You serious? Of course they got the. That's if you want to go with the military girls. Yeah, you got the Latinas right outside. That's right outside the Club Alliance. Oh damn! I heard of that place. But I'm telling you, brothers, it's that's what I would do, man. On a serious note, that's what I would do. I would definitely look. Desperate times call for desperate measures. Okay, I don't want to say anything bad right now about this, but I can't stress this enough. If you can get your ass out the matrix, need to get out of the matrix now. The U.S. is getting ready to go into a goddamn recession if they're not in the run already, or a depression. Unemployment just went up to 4.6%. People working and they living out of their cars and they got jobs, but they still working. So Akeem said a lot of us are pretty tall, but can a 5'7" brother get love? Of course a 5'7" brother can get love in Japan. Come on, brother. What you talking about? That's right, excellent. You gotta get out there and work, dog. 5'7", 5'6", don't make a difference, brother. Get over here. I met a lot of brothers. I know a lot of brothers over there that's 5'6", 5'7", getting laid out the ass. You ain't gotta worry about it. Oh yeah, the A Club with Yakuza, man. Big C, you giving up too much information, dog. And see, that's the thing, y'all. That's the thing. When you working on base, you get to go anywhere on base. You get to shop on base. Like I said, you get to take advantage of a lot of shit. Now, here's some of the disadvantages of being on a sofa. Once you get successful, right? to where you can afford to buy a car. You will have to get, and Big Sig knew what I'm talking about. So is in my pants up in Aomori. You will have to get a Y on your number plate. So basically, Japanese number plates start off with anything like a hiragana, like I think mine's starting off with E, and my other one start with Ne. But when I was in Okinawa, mine's had a Y. Now you can only get one car per person or two cars per couple. That's right, because of insurance. Because you get, when you're on SofaStats, you're getting all these discounts, all these incentives. Like I said, you're getting shit mailed to the base. That way you can, instead of having it, like it's like you're still in the U.S. and whatnot. You basically on SofaStats. It's like you still living in the States, but you in Japan. So you're taking advantage of the protection in the U.S. like you living in the U.S., but you in Japan. You can't get no better than that. You can't get better than that. See? When you up and coming. And what you do is, while you in there, like my boy used to say, like my Uncle Mike used to say, while you trying to move up, don't sit on your laurels, don't rest on your laurels. And if you see you sitting around, you can say, you need to get off your ass while you bullshitting. Just like now. If you want to get in there, you need to get off your ass while you're bullshitting. And yes, cars are cheaper with wide plates. Now here's the thing. In Okinawa, what I just heard from brother BJ, Black Experience Japan, they just moved to Okinawa. Okay, so let me get on. So in my pants is saying that you can ship your ride. Oh man, my charts keep melting. My charts keep melting on me. My chats keep melting on me. So he said that you can ship your ride unless the car is approved. So you need to get a ride. Good things bases are filled with. Yes, they fill, guys. Don't worry about bringing the car to Japan, man. You look on the yard. Well, all us military brothers say we on the yard. On the yard means on base. So on the yard, and that come from the brothers back in the day when they was on the Navy yard. They would just say on the yard. So we all say the yard, even though it's a base is not a yard, but that's what we call it. So when you're on the yard, they'll have a section where they got these used cars. Because guess what's happening, guys? That's what I'm saying. It's a win-win motherfucking situation. You got always people PCSing in and PCSing out, meaning processing in and processing out. You can't leave your base. You can't process out until you get rid of your car. Now, for me, give you an example. When I was leaving Okinawa, I had to sell my car, right? Because what happens in the military, when you process out, they give you this long-ass checklist. You got to get it checked off by your landlord, checks this, that. You got to go to all these fucking places to get this shit checked off. And one of the list on the checks is, did you sell your car? Did you sell your car? Guess what? There's always the next person that just got the base. They need a car. They need a car. You know? Or Akeem said a lot of women in the U.S. Look, women in the U.S. got a lot of ridiculous things. Women in the U.S. want a 6 pack with a 6-figure income. They got a lot of ridiculous wants and needs. That shit ain't happening in Japan. No. And if I'm 6 foot. But if I was 5'6", 5'7" in Japan, I'd go out with a 6 foot woman. I don't give a fuck. Them long ass legs, I wouldn't care. You know? That's right. See, that's right. In my parents said, it don't matter. I'm serious, brother. It don't matter. And don't be ashamed if you're walking down the street with an Amazon in Japan, 6 foot. Don't be ashamed. So, oh, you thought you the only one knew about train pass? No, we all got no. The train passes are legit. The train passes are legit. But yeah, just get over here, brothers. Don't worry about you cars. Look, like I said, if I'm a 25-year-old young buck, all I'm doing is saving me some money. You put away about, say, $6,000, $7,000, $8,000. Get over here and take a 2-week budget vacation and look for a job. Yeah, on base. Look for a job on base. Just apply. Just call them up. Before you get over here, do all your research. What I would do is I would put together a plan. Don't just land on Plymouth Rock. Okay? Like I said, because if you just land on Plymouth Rock without a plan, it's going to be like Plymouth Rock landed on you. You know? That's right. And the Amazon woman give you athletic children. Nothing to be ashamed of. Look at Otani. He got him in Amazon. Now look at what he getting. You see what I'm saying? Ain't nothing wrong with an Amazon. Trust me. My kid, I got me 2 strong kids. My boy be out there playing basketball. You mean in my Tokyo base? No, no, brother. No, no. Oh, there's my boy Soul Shader. What up, baby? Hey, Soul Shader was the brother I was telling you about the other night that's getting ready to come over here next month. He just got accepted into Temple University. Um, that's right. Yeah, yeah. No, man, I'm not in Tokyo. I live in Niigata Prefecture, man. I'm over in Joda. It's a city. I'm only 2 hours from Tokyo. Um, I'm in snow country. I'm in what they call Yukiguni, snow country. And my parents up in snow country now, Morty. I love living in snow country. Water, clean water. Well, we got clean water all over Japan. Did you know that when you come to Japan, you can drink out of your tap water? They in the bathrooms, they say water's drinkable. Ain't like China where 70% of the damn water's all polluted. Japan, the water's clean over here. Yep. Yep, they do. That's right. Just got to focus on building, they will come. Building, and they will come. So, like I said, like I said, once again, if I was a 25-year-old buck and I could put away a few $1,000s, I wouldn't bring nothing to Japan. I just all you do is bring a suitcase of your clothes and a cell phone. That's it, and you get yourself hired on base, and now you set. They're gonna make sure you got a place to stay, so they're gonna help you out with your off-base accommodation. So that's why you gotta have that extra funds, because the difference is this: when you're in Okinawa, right? When you're in Okinawa, I'm gonna get to the chats too. When you're in Okinawa, what BJ Japan was telling me is that, and I know this because I was stationed there, I know, is that the rentals for the sofa people are gonna be more money than the rentals for the regular guys like you. Like me, if I was moved to Okinawa, I'm not sofa status, I wouldn't have to pay that much for rent. My rent would be much cheaper because they know you getting paid from the government housing allowance and COLA, cost living allowance. So that's why those rents are gonna be jacked. But those places that you renting are gonna be better places too. They're gonna be better built. They're gonna be better. I mean, now don't get me wrong. I can still get me a nice built place in Okinawa, even if I'm not sofa status, but it's just gonna be older. What the sofa status does is you get into newer places. So, for example, when I was stationed in Okinawa, um, I lived every damn near place I lived was new. Every place I lived was new. I had some nice places when I was in Okinawa too. I rented this condominium for a couple years that this lady wanted to rent out, and then I rented a nice house right on the water from this dude. The house was only like a year and a half old, and I waited till 10 o'clock at night to talk to this dude because I wanted that house. It was a house right above, like you could park your cars all under it, and upstairs was this house, and then boom, it was view. And every New Year I'd walk, every day I'd look out my windows because the house had windows all over the house. Like I got my house now. I got 26 windows in my house now here in Japan. I didn't have 26 over there because it was a much smaller house, but still, my house here I got 26 windows. So that's what I'm saying. I love that lighting. I love the way it looks. So that's what it is. You're gonna get a good decent spot. So try for all the bases. Do your research before you leave the states. Before you get into this. Put in for jobs, USA jobs.gov. Now, here's the thing with USA jobs.gov. They slow as shit. They slow. They really are slow. And when you put in for a position, you need to make sure that you really do qualify for that position. Don't flood it. Don't just apply for shit that you can't even do because you're not going to get picked. If you got experience in it and you see a job that you can do like carpentry, electrician, plumbing, then go on and you got a license, go on and apply for that position. But if you don't have any of that experience, don't apply for that position. Go the fast food restaurant route or go the maintenance route. Go those routes. Like I said, there's nothing wrong with cleaning somebody's sheets at a hotel building to start off with. You wouldn't do that anyway. You'd probably be doing maintenance. There's nothing wrong with fixing a broken leg on a chair in a hotel room or fixing a desk or moving furniture from the storage room to these newer rooms on base. That's nothing. And you getting paid and you in Japan? I'd stand on my hands all day doing that shit. That's what I'm saying. Ain't no shame in the game. Don't let anybody tell you. There is no shame in the game of whatever you want to do. No. And the IT personnel, and so if you want to look at IT, look on usajobs.gov. That's the kind of thing where you look on usajobs.gov. But here's the thing. You don't even have to go look on usajobs.gov. You can look on it. If you don't see it right away, get here through the back door with your skills and your IT set. Then you apply for shit. And what the good news is they usually hire people that's in country before they're going to bring somebody else from overseas. My boy that I was telling you about, is, yeah, they don't see the video. The boy I was telling you about, right? He got here and he was working hotel maintenance. Then while he was working hotel maintenance, I kept telling him when we was in the Air Force, I said, brother, you need to get your degree. If Marco got up, his name's Marco. If he got up here, he'd be like, yep. Tony was telling me, yep. You tell me I did everything you wanted me to do. I said, you need to get your degree. So, thanks, brother. Thanks a lot, Kang. Thanks, brother. So, he got over there, and then he started going to college, and then he got his bachelor's degree. Next you know, he directed billeting. He running the place. And then next you know, he moving over now, he's in IT. And he's working at Madigan up there in Washington State for IT. He just left Japan in 22. And he trying to get back here to Japan. They said he can come back in a few years. See? Another partner of mine that was stationed with in the Air Force that has a government job in Japan on SOFA status. He getting the house built in Okinawa. Yeah. In fact, no, he just built it. I mean, if I got to call him up. Man, what I'm saying, I got my phone right in my pocket. God damn. I didn't realize it. No, he just built a house in Okinawa. See? So, brothers, I'm telling you, you can be successful. You can get to this motherfucker, man, and not have to leave. Now, one disadvantage, one disclaimer, is certain government jobs. They fall into different categories. In my pants, Big Six saying they know. Government jobs, they fall in different categories and shit. So if you're under this one category, you can stay in country as long as you want. But if you're in another category, then you limited to 5. They started this bullshit a few years ago. You limited to 5 years. Hopefully Trump killed that bullshit. But they used to be like, you only can stay for 5 years. That's why my boy had to go back to Washington. He was not a happy camper when they told him and his wife, y'all got to leave Yokosuka and go back to Washington State. He wasn't fucking happy. See? So those kind of jobs, yeah, you limited to how long you stay. My boy up in Okinawa, who just got his house built because his wife is from Okinawa, she had some land, and so he built a house on the land. He's there forever. He ain't got to go nowhere. And all he's doing is training Japanese. He got a cake job, training Japanese, big time supervisor down there. This brother was working for me in the Air Force. Now he training Japanese down there, got a big time position down there working for the government off of Kadena Air Base. You see what I'm saying? So these things can be done. They can be accomplished. All you got to do, and I know half you brothers up here watching the channel right now are already there. Okay, so Big Sis says that they're trying to change it. 3 to 5 to 5 to 7. Okay, trying to change that. But check it out though. All you need is a few years. You're going to meet you a honey. You're going to meet the right one. Next you know, you're married. Now you can stay there on the fucking spouse visa. You ain't got to leave. Yeah, okay. I'm going to get to these chats. So let me go to the chats because I'm getting a lot of good chats from the brothers here on what I'm talking about. I'm trying to find out why my chat's not locking up on me. Let me see here. I need these chats to lock up because they keep disappearing off my screen, so I'm going to see. I'm looking at this right here. Let me see if I could tell me to hide all chat messages. No, I ain't hiding all chat messages. I want to show the chats. Okay, so learn more. So, all right. Community guidelines. We get that shit, man. We get the community guidelines. Okay. So, if I can scroll back through these chats, I want to make sure that I'm caught up. Okay, so yeah, I'm going to start from, because I answered Axel M when he said you're Tokyo based. I answered that. My boy Soul Shader, like I said, me and Soul Shader talk a lot. He said, right, want an 18-year-old guy with the money and life experience of a 60-year-old man. Shake my head. Yeah, right. And then Big Six Sand was like, real talk. In my pants, Japan got all the ladies, all tall ladies, short kings, jumping right on that. Eating up there, just got to focus on building and they will come. That's true. What? Ain't no way, friend. Was what XLM saying. Yep, what's up, Soul Shader? Kang, I'm just gonna go Kang because he got a long name. Kang is saying, I love what you said, BSP, about snow country, perfect place to be out, especially in Japan. Yeah, brothers, I can't tell you, man. I can't tell you how fresh the air is out here. My wife and I just did our walk, man. We walked up because the street we live on, Right up the street, 15 minutes up the street is where they first had the birthplace of skiing in Japan. That's where Japan was first brought, where skiing was first brought in 1912, 1911, right up the street. Yep. In fact, we have a festival every February for 2 days. We have the Lurch. Andrew Von Lurch's festival is up there, up the hill, 15 minutes. So, like I said, my father-in-law, my grandfather-in-law bought this land, and I bought land next to this land to build this house right down the street from the ski. As soon as I seen this property, I was like, I think I'm gonna get this. So I love this property. I love this place. So yeah, I love living out here in snow country. I love it. The air is fresh. I love it, brothers. Love it, man. Let me bring these up so I can catch back up. Let me see where everybody was at. What was that? Associated was saying that he learned something. Okay. So Associated said, I just learned that TUJ is a private university. Private school is never level. It's next level. Yup. Yes, they are. What about IT personnel is what Merck was asking. I told my answer Merck on that. Kang said, gents, I tried to get the guy who really wanted to go to Japan, not just through tech, but through the trades as a carpenter, plumbing, but internationally. Yes. They didn't see the vision. If you IT search, this is a big help. Yeah, it is. If you search it, it's big help. In my parents saying older Japanese men love teaching the trades if you show effort. Even if you find an in-country American mentor, you're living well here. Yup. Kang, BSP Japan is testifying to how it's also done. Thanks, brother. Kang, although a degree is the icing on the cake, so you can get those mochi cakes. That's right, get those mochi cakes. I'm like, good though. And Zanato's Clutch is saying my place in Yokohama was on the 15th floor of a high-rise condo built in 2008. The parking was an automated parking garage, and it had heated flooring and a panty dropping skyline view. Yeah, I know about that PJ because I had me a condo in Seattle that had a nice view. Yeah, they coming for that view. And Big Sid was talking about the government time, 3 to 5, 5 to 7. They're trying to change that. Zanato's Club said if you're in the government, you're usually limited to 3 to 5 years. And after coming back to CONUS, which is the continent of the United States from Japan, you have to wait 2 years before being able to go back overseas. Exactly, Zanatos. I want to get into that. So that's what my boy Marco is going through right now. They got back in 22. They were trying to get back here in 24. Their 2-year probation was up in 24. But he said right now there's no jobs for him, so he's still trying to wait to get back over here to do what he's trying to do on the IT circuit. And I think the reason why they're waiting because they want to go to Okinawa, where his wife is from. So then right after Zanato's came back and said, as 5 years in Japan, depending on your finances. Boy, and if you are young with a side gig bringing in between $300 to $700 extra a month, you good. Yup. They're trying to make it so you don't have to leave. Okay, that's good. Thanks, brother. Peace to you too, brother Joseph. Thanks, brother. So it's truth. 80, I'm working on a job, on a plan to be in Japan. Ready in about 4 years. I need to work on a degree, but doing on in the back end. Okay, so 80 cents. So you work on a degree, so you know that you don't have to wait the 4 years to get your degree. If you can get here and work a job on Kadena Air Base or any of these air bases, guess what they got on the air bases, brothers? They got colleges from the States. Yes. So when I was stationed in Kadena, I was actually at night, right after I got off work, 2 classes a night, I was going to school at the high school. Kadena High School would turn into a university at night. And then after I get off of that, I rush home to shower up real quick, and then I'm back out teaching English before I didn't get to bed a lot of times till midnight, wake up at 4 or 5 in the morning and go to work again, all over again. So all of them have it. Big, like Soul Shader said, Temple U is a private university, but like I said, you working on bases. Just go to one of those universities on base, Central Texas University or Central Texas College, those kind of places, So Joseph said that I plan to enlist in the U.S. Navy. Oh, wait a second. Hold up. I plan to enlist in the U.S. Navy soon so that I can be stationed in Japan as an MC. Yeah, man, the brother I just connected with, his daughter is stationed in San Diego. She's an MC over in San Diego. Joe, you live in Seattle. I want to make it Japan. Hey, yeah, I just left Seattle, brother. I just left Seattle, man. I was up there. I lived in Seattle altogether for a total of 25 years in Seattle. My last stretch, I left in 23. I was living up in the area. I lived in the city of Seattle for 14 years. No, not 14. I'm sorry, for 10 years, and then I moved over to Snoqualmie. I lived in Auburn. We were in Auburn, and then we moved. We bought a house in Buckley, man. I used to call Buckley Buckaboo. We bought it in Buckaboo. Yeah, man. Y'all just got hit with this big storm. You good? You good, Joes? Cause y'all just got hit with these big ass storms up there. I seen that shit on King 5. The home team, King 5, the home team. And you know I'm rooting for my Seahawks up there, baby. Rooting for my Seahawks. Um, yeah. There you go. Clep Dante class for credit with Sophia Learning. If you can pay to play. On base will be cheaper if you work that. So that's an option to get the degree first. Exactly, brother. Don't have to wait for shit, brothers. That's what I'm saying. You ain't gonna wait for shit. Yeah. Auburn's underwater. Exactly. Auburn, Kent, Tukwila. Because I used to work in Tukwila at the credit union over there. Those motherfuckers underwater because that's the valley. 167. Don't even get me started. 167 is all fucked up. You know how 167 is always fucked up, but it's even worse now. 167 is really fucked up. There's a major artery, Highway 167, going from Tukwila area down in that valley. That shit's all flooded. Um, let's see. He said Seattle. Seattle is the best. PNW has the views all year round from Federal Way. Yup. Yeah, it's a nice little spot, man. It's nice. It's expensive as fuck though. What? We just won. Oh shit! Like damn, I was gonna watch that damn Ram game. That's right. I keep forgetting it's Friday here. Yeah, we beat the mother. What did I tell y'all? I told you I was gonna beat the Rams. I told you the night when I did the last video. I said we're gonna whoop that ass too. Damn, we just beat the Rams, baby. Oh, I gotta see what's scoring on that. Woo! It was a smoker. 38-37. See ya, Hawks. That's what I'm talking about, baby. So you lived in Cambodia for 3 months. Well, you ain't gonna be in no Cambodia for a minute. The motherfuckers at war with Thailand. Damn, the Seahawks might have a 16-point comeback. I think I'm going to just watch this game just for shits and grins. And guess what, guys? I want to let you motherfuckers know for the first to go. Since the Seahawks beat the Rams, if I got my math right, that means the Seahawks in first place, baby. And number 2, we clinched the motherfucking playoffs. Let me see this. If I can see that X next to the Seahawks' name is, and yeah, there it is right there, baby. There it is. The Seahawks, they got that X right next to the name. See that X, baby? That X. That X means clearing. You got the motherfuckers at 12-3. There's 15 games, only 2 games left. Seahawks 12-3. First motherfucking place. In fact, brothers, I'm gonna screw y'all on some shit. Seahawks number 1 seed. Number 1 seed in the NF motherfucking C. The Seahawks. They looking, you know what they're looking like, right? They looking like the dog days when we won the Super Bowl, baby. So you just need the Niners to do the same with clinching the playoff spot this Monday night. Yeah, the Niners need to win that too. They're going to get 3 teams out the West. No biggie. They getting 3 teams out the West, and I can't wait for somebody to smack Philly's ass. Even though I'm from Philly, but when I grew up, man, the Eagles was stinking, man. They had the ugliest uniforms. They hardly had any black players on the team. So my era, I hated the Eagles. My cousins, they liked the Eagles because 3 years later they started getting good after I left. So yeah, we got to win out. I don't know who. I got to see who we got. Seahawks got coming up here to finish the season off. We got, God, we've been winning some games. Panthers and then we got the 49ers, the last game of the season. That Mike McDonald, man, he's a nasty coach, man. And that, brothers, I'm not trying to talk football, but I can say one thing, man. I met Tyler Lockett. Me and my whole family met him at Costco when he's on autographs. My family also met Doug Baldwin. But I'm telling y'all, brothers, The best receiver in the game, bar fucking none. And I see him catching everything he get thrown his way. Smith and Jigba. Smith and Jigba, baby. Every motherfucking catch I see him throwing, he catching. And he's scoring. And he catching. And he's scoring. Everything. I love him better than DK. DK had a fucking attitude. I didn't like the fact that he'd go to work and he let him get him under his skin during the game. He lose focus. Smith and Jigba, he don't lose focus. He's like, okay, you gonna hit me? Bam, all right, whoa, hit me. Next thing you know, he catching the ball behind the back of his head for a touchdown. And motherfucker's like, where the fuck you get that from? Game over. Seahawks play offs. And look at this. It's saying he got off tonight. So now I gotta watch the game. And I'm gonna watch the game after this. I'm not gonna tell my family shit and see what they're gonna say. See them, watch them celebrate. See? I like to do that shit. Thanks for telling me about that, Brother Joe. Yeah, man, I forgot all about that shit. I was going to watch that game today, but I think we got kind of tied up. We had some shit to do. We had some running around to do today, man, so that's probably why I didn't get a chance to watch it. But no, brothers, I'm telling you. Oh, no, another thing, too. So when you come over here to work, right, you will also get access to a lot of shit that's in the States from the bases. AFN, Armed Forces Network, Stars and Stripes. They're going to keep you updated on all this shit if that's what you so desire. But then now you got social media shit. You got all kind of shit now, man, so you ain't got to worry about it. You know what I'm saying? You all good. So you ain't got to worry about it. But no, I'm glad I was able to answer that question. That, yeah, it's an outdoors clutch. But see, me, I got the Zone. And in Japan, I paid my money for the Zone. I got my NBA, so I paid for NBA, hockey, MLB, and football. And I got soccer too, various soccer leagues on the Zone, and I also got my Premier League on Unext. I got Premier League and shit. I paid for all that shit. It doesn't cost that much, but I get to watch my games. Now, for some reason, this football season, I haven't watched that many games. It just reminded me, I just got to grab my shit for a minute. Give me a minute. Yeah, so he's my favorite. Got the uni. Got some autographs on this bitch. See? So, and I chose the Wolf Gray because it's my favorite combo, the Wolf Gray. Seahawks got nasty uniform. Fuckers nice. Y'all know this shit's nice. And I got my old school uniform too. But yeah, man. So Sherman, the reason why I love Richard Sherman, man, because the game against the 49ers that put us in the Super Bowl, that tip at the end of the game when he stopped them from getting that game-winning touchdown, the tip. And then we went on a roll over Denver's ass 43-8 in the Super Bowl. We was at the parade too, me, my wife, and my little son at the time when he was just born, about a year old. We was at the Super Bowl parade in Seattle, freezing our ass off. We just walked down and we was at the big parade, man. It was beautiful. Marshawn Lynch was this close to me, showing the Super Bowl trophy and shit. Pete Carroll was there. Yeah, Sean, baby. And Pete, what was so funny, Pete was like, he went in the stadium, he was like, Seahawks? That shit was so funny, man. It was like, Seahawks all fucking day, man. You know what I'm saying? And you know, when you got a nice uniform, that shit look even better when you win it. That's why I'm not a Raider fan, but that's why I'm kind of disappointed in the Raiders, man. Because poor Pete, man, they got their ass beat all year, injuries, and Smitty didn't do too well this year, man. It's a sad ending for the Raiders, man, to be 2 and whatever, right? Their shit's bad, man. Their shit is bad. But them uniform, when the Raiders were winning, when they won the few Super Bowls they won, that black and silver was nasty. That black and silver was nasty, man. Yeah, I know the Seahawks should have had 2 Super Bowls. Don't bring it up to my wife, man. That's the sore subject with her, man. She don't want to hear about that shit. She's still mad today that we didn't win that Super Bowl against the Patriots. And I wanted to beat Brady's ass that day too. I wanted to beat his ass that day. But it didn't work out for us, brothers. Didn't work out for us. But you never know. The Seahawks will win that shit this year. We got some tough comp coming up, though. San Francisco ain't going to be no joke. They're going to want to fight for some shit. So if San Francisco win, yeah. Yeah, Big Sig, I know you. Yeah, you a Raiders fan, man, and I mean, if the Raiders won Super Bowl, trust me, I'm not a sad man. I'd be happy because, I'm not a Raiders fan, but the black and silver does that shit looks so good when they win it, man. That shit looks nasty, man. When they win in them games. Yeah, Russell should have hooked up with a Japanese girl, man, instead of hooking up with Sierra. You know, I feel sorry for Russ, man, because he's not even starting, man. His shit's all out of whack, man, right now. He's all out of there, man. They did Justin Fields wrong, too. They did Justin Fields wrong, brothers. They did him wrong, man. But I tell y'all who's playing good, man. I'm not up here to talk football, but I'll tell y'all who's doing good, who I'm proud of, is your boy. What's his name? On the quarterback, Caleb. Caleb Williams for the Bears. Caleb playing his ass off. Y'all got to show the love for Caleb and the Bears. They may be one of the toughest people we got to face in the playoffs. Caleb is kicking ass for the Bears. The Bears. And Rusty's going to retire. That's true. He's going to retire, man. So, yeah, it's crazy, brothers. It's crazy. It's crazy times, man. Crazy times, man. Crazy times. But, yeah, I started this talk off tonight, man, talking about immigration. I would probably call it something like immigration and how to get a job in Japan. The easiest way to get a job in Japan is probably what I call it. I need a hook, so that might be the better hook, better play for me. Is the easier way. And I just basically wanted to get up here and tell people, man, with all this new anti-foreign bullshit going on, yeah, he is finding his rhythm. He's finding his rhythm, and that line is finding their rhythm too. They got that goddamn line protecting his ass, and the defense is smacking people in the face. I seen some runs, man, by some guys this year, the Bears and them, Seahawks, running backs running down the field. Because I watch the highlights all the time. They running down the field, and you see them get in the end zone. You ask, how they get in the end zone? And my point of view is this: I'm running down that football, man. I'm biting the motherfucker's nose off to get in that end zone. I am not. You ain't stopping me. I'm getting in that end zone. I'm getting that touchdown. I'm biting off noses to get that touchdown. That's what they got to do. Bite that fucking nose off. Like Jim Brown used to do. Get in the end zone. Find a way to get in that bitch. That's how football is. You got to find your way to get in there. And I always tell people, when I used to play when I was younger, man, when we was in school, is once I get in front of you, you ain't catching me. No. Once you start running past them, right, Big Sig? Once I get in front of you, you ain't catching me. You might as well sit your ass down and be happy you was on the field. Because once I get in front and with the ball and I'm going in the end zone, you ain't catching me. Don't even think about it. You ain't catching me. I'm just going to be too fast for your ass. Just blazing speed right by you. You ain't catching nobody. See, that's what I used to tell them. Same in the Air Force. I was in the Air Force, man. I used to run the miles. And I'd be like, y'all want to race? And yeah, all right, let's go. But I said, well, you might as well be happy you in second place because you ain't catching me. You ain't catching me. There's no way. And that's how you got to be. But yeah, brothers, I just want to get up here and say, man, yeah, so, yeah, you can't be, don't believe all the hype you see about the immigration bullshit over here about them anti-foreign this and that. They don't want us to do up here. Yes, Akeem. No, you back on. Thanks, brother. Back on Japan. So Akeem was asking me which airport in Tokyo is better, Haneda or Narita. Haneda is going to cost you more because it's right in the cities. Oh, you played for the Yokota Seahawks back in the 90s. Oh, damn, y'all was kicking. Damn. I think Kadena had a team too. I think we had a team. I forgot which one it was. But no, you want Haneda, Narita, depending on what you want to pay. If you coming through Narita, you're going to catch the Narita Express if you want to get off at Tokyo Station, or you can catch the Keihan Express, which is going to take you, or the Keishin, I think the Keishin Express to go to Ueno Station. But Haneda is going to cost you more because it's going to put you right damn near in Tokyo. And then all you got to do is, wherever you go, is going to be a short trip. So, yes, Haneda is in Tokyo. It's right there in Tokyo. So, yeah, you just the 1 or 2 stops wherever you want to go. So, me, every time I used to come in when I didn't live here, I used to go to Narita because it was cheaper. And I had that familiarity with the getting to Tokyo Station. And I love riding on the Narita Express to see the scenery from Narita to Tokyo. That was just me. I don't mind the trains at all. You can also come in through KIX, Kansai International, which is up in Osaka. If you're going to be in the Osaka area, those are the 2 biggies right there. Definitely 2 biggies. I know for us, we flew up to Sapporo last summer from Niigata airport. It only took us 1 hour from Niigata to Sapporo. We was literally up in the air, and then next thing you know, they landed at Nujitose, which is another place to come into, Nujitose. But that's up there in Hokkaido. So Narita or Haneda is the way to go for when you're coming in. So yeah, brother. So I just want y'all to know, man. Don't worry about all these rumors you're hearing about all this immigration, all these anti-immigrant shit. What I believe is happening is there's a lot of trolls out there, a lot of clickbait, especially backed by Chinese channels, who trying to create havoc because they mad because they got caught abusing the system, and the Japanese government have got wind of it, and now they changing everything. So now they panicking because they changing the system now. And um, yup, that's right. You're right. Facts on Haneda, yes. Like in my pants said, yup, yup. Yeah, they just mad because they just got caught. Um, yeah. The flight sim. Yeah, that's funny, AD, because I'm about ready to get on my. I got my game monitor hooked up. My wife actually got me some a stick and throttle for Christmas, man. I can't open up till Christmas, so okay, I said I'll wait for that. I got clamps I'm put on my desk, man, and I'm gonna be flying that flight sim too. You said Matsuyama, yeah, I'm gonna be flying my flight sims all over Japan and around the world. But I'm gonna start off with Japan. Probably start off from Narita, because I got the sim game for my son, and my daughter's only 4 years old. But when she's 5, I'm gonna sit her in the seat, and she's gonna start flying flight sims at 5 years old. And so yeah, yes, I'm gonna have her look at it, have her be on the yeah, man. Because I'm teaching my kids, you want to fly, you can fly. Flying is like driving. You just you got more people with you, and you just ain't nobody. You ain't on nobody's attached to you, but you got more people with you. You got more responsibilities, but it's safer than driving. So why limit your kid? Why limit your people when they can go anywhere, right? So so yeah, don't worry, guys. Everything is all good. I think with Japan, if you live in Japan as a foreign resident, you don't have to worry about it because as long as you abide by the law and the rules here, you're going to be fine. Now, one more thing I want to say about that. What you get the advantage? The big advantage is if you marry to a Japanese. When you marry to a Japanese and you're on a spouse visa, that's a game changer. Now you can be here, even though you got to keep renewing your visa every few years, but still, as long as you're married to your wife, you stay on the visa, right? And then you can apply for a permanent residency. Then you don't have to worry about who you married to at all. You can do whatever you want once you get the PR. But, I think a lot of these guys out there that are not married to Japanese, or just like both sides of Westerners living in Japan or both sides of Asians living in Japan, I think that they're the ones that are worried the most because they got everything tied in Japan and they've never thought about a plan B. And now they for the first time in their existence living in Japan, they got to get off that nipple and they got to start thinking about that plan B because they're thinking that they're going to leave when they're really not. The Japanese government is not going to snap their fingers and say, all right, get out of here. You've been living here all these years. You got all your shit here. That's inhumane. Japanese government is not inhumane. What they're just trying to do is weed out the bullshit. Weed out the bullshit and weed out the people that are trying to that have been taking advantage of Japan for years. Weed those people out. That's all. You already abide by the laws in your own country. So what's so difficult about doing that in Japan? All you gotta do is just get to know the culture, abide by the rules, and you can be fine. All right. So that's it, brothers. I'm gonna head off. I'm going out there and watch the Seahawks. And before I eat dinner, I'm gonna watch the Seahawks play, man, because I know it's gonna be wild. It's gonna be buck wild now. And you brothers, take it easy, man. It's nice talking to y'all. Thanks for the love. Thanks for coming up on the channel. I will be doing some more lives, of course. I love doing lives from my office, man, because it's comfortable as heck up here, man. It's comfortable. It's comfortable all over my house, but I like, it's getting cold outside, but thanks, brother. Thanks, Axel. Much love, brother. Much love to all you brothers, man. Don't forget, man, what I said. Oh, by the way, some brothers said they wanted to reach out to me, man, on IG. So let me show you my IG right here real quick. I got it on my link, but if you didn't see it, I know brothers were trying to send me some messages. I didn't get the message, but I know somebody sent me some email. What the fuck? This girl on the train station. What the fuck she's on the train station on the link for? That's fucking stupid. Look at this shit. Bitch down. I just pulled up on IG. Bitch down the train. The hell is she doing down there? Look at this guy. Look at this shit. Must be mental. Must be mental. But my address, man, is BSP Japan. BSP Japan. So if you see that, that's the brother, BSP Japan. See, so just hook up with a brother. And I will talk to you brothers later. Peace out. Yeah. All right, brothers.